Hi, hi everyone. This is Caroline with Expat Interviews Thriving Abroad, where we give you an opportunity to go all across the world and meet interesting, fascinating people that are living and thriving abroad. Today, I wanted to bring you someone who you are really going to want to get a notepad and a pencil and write this information down. One of the first things that most people think about when they want to move abroad is, okay, do I need a visa? Can I go as a tourist? How can I stay? The majority of people now that are looking to move abroad want to stay more than maybe 90 days or 30 days. They want to just relax for a few months and they don't want to have to pick up and go somewhere else if you're looking to go long term. So today we're going to talk with an attorney in the Dominican Republic who's going to go over some of the steps that you can take to gain residency in this beautiful, beautiful country that many people don't know is one of the hottest places right now to move to and to set up shop. Thank you, attorney Alberto Martinez, for joining me. And so, people want to move and they, they don't want to necessarily go as a tourist. They'd like to stay long term. So I've decided I want to go to Santo Domingo. I want to check out the Dominican Republic and I want to live there for a while. I want to spread out on the beach and relax for a few months. What are some of the things that I need as a foreigner in order to stay? First of all, I guess, how long does my tourist visa last?
Yes, first of all, I want to thank you, Caroline, for giving me the opportunity to get to your audience and hopefully they become my clients. My name is, my whole name, I'm going to give you, everybody knows me as Alberto Martinez, but my full name is Francisco Alberto Martinez. My firm goes with my name, so people get access to me easily. That is the first question everybody asks. People travel to the Dominican Republic as a tourist, and even though some countries are not required to be here for a specific time, there is a limit to do to be in this country. Is actually just like mostly all the countries. They give you 6 months to be
A
here, to be
tourist.
there, yeah,
Mhm.
as a tourist. And then after that, you pay a penalty for staying in this country.
Right.
Um, and then it goes on. Then after that, like I said, people stay, but I never recommend that because with time, the law gets tougher and eventually that will come to an end.
And you
It's
run into
not,
problems.
yes, I don't want to um, be negative on this, but we have to get ready because the law, like I said, is gets tougher with times, and eventually it will. You can be here, like I said, for about 120 days, and then you pay a penalty when you leave, or if you want to extend, you also can do that. On the other hand, people want to stay here given circumstances, in their countries. They want to stay here and they want to stay here legally. For you to stay here legally, you have to become a resident first, and then other statuses come after that. Um, Usually people talk about what kind of residency they can obtain in this country. There's 3 or 4 ways for you to stay in this country as a resident. And the first one is when you retire as a pension, uh, you get from the government, a private company, or a finance institution $1,500 or more. You can become a resident of the United States as long as you don't have any issues, you know, any
Are
issues in your country.
previous, do you have, so in other words, you do criminal background checks? Do you have to?
Yes, all
Okay,
that stuff is done here, and it's done strictly, you know, to that person, and it is real. So you have to have a clean background check, and you have to provide all documents needed in order to become a resident of this country. Like
so
I
like
said,
a birth certificate, my
birth
birth
certificate,
certificate,
marriage
okay,
certificate if you're married,
okay.
like I said, a background check, and
Mhm.
a valid passport for 18 months. So
Oh, it has to be 18 months.
yes, you have to be 18 months because it actually takes about 6 months for the process. So you cannot be 6 months or a year. You have to be 18 months in order for you to proceed to become a resident. Like I said, I mentioned one way to do that, which is through your pension. As a retiree, when you retire, you make over $1,500. I assure you that I can have you as a resident in this country with no problem. The other one, or the other process you can do, is a rent test. Let's say you have a property, like a lot of people have properties outside this country, and you can show that you can produce $2,500 in rent from your property, business, or real estate. You can also become a resident of this country. Of course, with that, just like the first um, retiree we mentioned, you know, you need documents to back up that, and that will be proof of document that you have a rented property, business, or real estate, or a house, let's say, because business is a real estate, and a few documents that you have to provide in order to become a resident, being a rentist.
Now,
Um,
I'm sorry to interrupt you. So the residency by these two, by being a pensioner and by being a rentista, you know, someone that has an income, how long does it last? How long are the residency programs in Dominican?
the rentist is 2 years. You have to renew your residency every 2 years. As a pensioner, you actually do it every year, but as a pension, you can actually become a permanent resident real fast. The minute you do your first process, the next process will allow you to become a permanent resident, even though you have to renew every year. You have the facility to become naturalized
Citizen.
individual in this country real soon. You know, it can be done within 24 months from the first time you get your residency.
Okay, so I just want to clear something up. A lot of people don't understand this, and I would love for you to just tell the audience that it is possible, let's say, as an American citizen, to have dual citizenship. Like I can be an American citizen and a citizen of the Dominican Republic at the same time. That is possible.
It is correct. You, as an American citizen or any other citizen, can become
A
what do we say?
naturalized citizen.
A naturalized individual, and you can have both. You can be an American, you can be a Dominican. It is possible, like I said, after a certain time of you becoming a resident, that depends on what kind of a status you are on. Like I said, I mentioned two already. It's like another two, but it depends on which one you are on. It can be 24 months. It can actually be 6 months if you come this country as an investor, which is the next one we're going to mention. So it depends on the status that you are on. It can be faster one than the other. And
Okay.
yeah, I'm going to move to the residency by by investment. This is an investor that comes to this country, and usually it changed a little bit. Usually, um, you used to do it with less. Now they require $200,000 or more to invest over here in a business. No, in a real estate. You can buy a beautiful home with $200,000 over here, but that won't qualify you for you to be a resident, because if you buy a home for $200,000, $250,000, and you live in that house and you don't produce any money, that is your personal house. It's not a business. So there is that's a specific. A lot of people do. That's a specification. Now, a lot of people do come here, invest $200,000 in a condo, in a house, and right away they call me or they call a
Airbnb.
lawyer and say, "Yeah, I'm all set to become a resident of this country." And that's when they found out, or they find out that it's not possible through that. It says it clear. You have to be a business. You have to have a business that produce. You know what we're looking for is employ people, pay taxes, and produce money for the country. Like I said, if you buy a house, you pay taxes one time, and you don't pay taxes anymore, that won't qualify you for to be a resident in this country. So you
So
have to be careful on that.
an Airbnb would qualify?
Yes, anything you do with your property. Let's say, for an example, I have a friend. She came here and she bought a business. It is real estate, but she has 6 units and she produces more than $2,500. She does Airbnb, she does monthly rental, she does yearly rental, but she produces more than $2,500, and actually qualifies. She's a resident of this country. She actually qualifies for that. So that's something to keep in mind. Not just because you have $200,000 and you buy a beautiful home is gonna get you on the path to be a resident. So that's something that I always tell people before they come in and take that step, or make that commitment to all. Before to do that, check with your attorney so you don't go ahead and do something that you're not supposed to do. That is
Yes,
that is that is
that is
very
true.
important.
It is. And
Yes.
I want to jump in and say that, I have lived abroad for many, many years, and I've seen a lot of expats, that use other people. And I'm not going to lie, they use people that are supposed to be attorneys to help them with different, tramites, documents. But, they wind up being with people that are dishonest, that take their money, and they wind up in more trouble than they ever thought. So it's very important. I wanted to add to what you said, to consult with a reputable attorney, someone that has references, someone that's working as an attorney and that, can back you up. Because again, if you're a foreigner in a foreign country and you don't understand the language really well, and something happens and you're lost and you can't defend yourself, then you're in big problemas. So it's really important to find good legal advice.
It is a big problem. I had customers or clients coming to me after 2 years of dealing with an attorney, and they have to start all over again because, like I said, there is attorneys that take your money, they promise you something, and all of a sudden, they disappear with your money. So I always ask for clients to look for a second opinion. In this case, we have groups over here of expats that ask questions, and they get guidance from their expats, friends, or people that they get to know. It is very important to always not just the first one to come unless you know for sure who you're talking about, who you're talking to look for a second opinion. Even if you go with the first one, always look for a second opinion, because somebody will know about me, somebody
That's
will
true.
know about them attorneys.
And if you're bad, somebody will know about you too.
Oh yeah, no, this is a small country.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell, when I go to attorney meetings, I say, you guys dealing with a country of 11 million people over here. The minute you make a mistake, it's easy for those 11 million to know about your mistakes. So I always recommend to do things right. And if you cannot do things right, just don't get involved in this situation, because like I said, one mistake can cost a lot of your business.
Yeah. So what is the next way that I can get number 3?
The next one will be that's by like I said, by investment. I told you you need $200,000 or more, have a business that um, that produces enough money, $2,500 or more, in order for you to be qualified. And that's very, very important for you to know, like I said, because otherwise you'll be stuck on a process that doesn't work for you. And then the other one, like I was talking to you before we started this interview, is by marriage. If you married Dominican, uh, you automatic become a resident just by married a Dominican. After a year, you can become a naturalized individual after you marry. So that's one of the one of those residency that people don't talk about, because it goes through marriage and all that. But I always recommend that if you have a girlfriend, if you have a boyfriend, and you have the facility to get married, that's one of the best ways to become a resident and rapidly become a citizen of this country.
So if I find one of those handsome, good-looking, sexy baseball player, Dominican ball players that I want to get married to,
Hey,
I
you
can
all
just,
said.
I'm all set.
That one is called, once you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend in this country and you decide to come into this country, that is called family reunification, because you are guys already a family. You can get married and you become family. So that's one of the ones that I recommend that a lot of people don't even ask about. And I came across people that have been in a relationship for 3-4 years, but they don't take the next step because they don't have any idea that that can be your path to be legalized here. And like I said, promptly be a citizen of this country.
So how long, in general, any of these processes, on average, how long does it take to process?
To be a resident is 6 months or less. If you go in and check, it used to say 45 days. With the COVID, everything changed. Because for me to, let's say I do your background check here while you're here, for me to send it to the US to get apostille, sometimes it takes about 2 months to do that. So
Yeah.
you're talking about more than 45 days just to get one document apostille. It's not even about us anymore. It's not even about them over there anymore. It's about the situation that we live in. But like I say, I tell people it can take 3 months, 4 months, but I always buy the whole 6 months just in
Sure,
case we
just in
find
case.
something in the middle of the process.
Would you say overall, the Dominican government is pretty okay with most people? Of course, if you have a criminal background, of course not. But I mean, if you're okay, you don't have a criminal background, you're good people, you're, just your average person. I mean, is it a pretty much cut and dry? Is it a pretty much quick process?
I can recommend you that the government wants foreigners to come here. We love the foreigners. We are, like you mentioned at the beginning of the interview, we are one of the preferred countries all over the world to be here, and the government welcomes you with open arms. Not just the government, but the people here. You see in the groups people talking how this country just welcome you with open arms, and the government is working to get better at that. But there's no issues. If you qualify to be in this country, I can get you residency within 6 months. Easy.
That's
Like I say, if you qualify, but you are, inside the legal the legal situation in this country, I can guarantee you I can get you a residency in this country within 6 months.
okay. And the last thing that I want to ask you, maybe a lot of people want to know, once I have my residency, I can leave, go anywhere I want to, come back. I mean, there's no problem that I will lose it if I want to leave the country
No,
for,
your residency from here, you can use it in the 52 states in the United States. You can travel with that residence and put your passport outside. You can travel with that residency into the 52 states and everywhere that the United States can go in with a visa. You can go in with residency from the Dominican Republic once you become a resident, no problem.
great. So I guess the next thing is to connect with you. If I am interested, how do I connect with you? I will put a link below with your information, but if you could just tell us what would be the easiest way
Yes,
to get a hold of you.
I have my website, which everybody uses to get in contact with me. It is famlegalservices.com. It is my name, my three letters name, which is FAM legalservices.com. It is Francisco Alberto Martinez Legal Services, but I put just the three letters because it is a long name. It is FAM legalservices.com, and my phone number it is 829-843-3640. You guys can contact me there. Like I was talking to you outside camera. I like to do free legal consultation because I don't want to just jump in and I say, okay, Caroline, I can do your residency. Just give me everything. No, I got to do a free consultation before I even take your case. If you feel comfortable with me and if you qualify, beautiful. If you don't qualify, I'm gonna point you in the right direction so you don't get misinformed by another attorney and try to take your money. That's why I said, if you find somebody to give you a free consultation, pay attention to it. And if you're not sure of what we talk about, you go and check with another professional, not just any attorney, with an attorney that you think you can trust. But like I said, I always give you a free consultation. I don't want your business unless you qualify for it. Because if you don't qualify for it, I can tell you, you wait 6 months, wait a year, or I can point you in the right direction because it is my name on the line. And this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'm sure most people appreciate that. Many people don't know that doing business in Latin America is a little bit different from doing business in say, the United States or other major countries. So
It is. I
having,
can tell you that. I can tell you that because I lived in the United States for about 20 years, and I decided to retire here to continue doing business in this country, and it is different. They know it. When you want to do your things, your process for yourself, you find yourself having a hard time in this country because you're used to an organized system there, and then over here, even though it's organized, it runs slow, at their own pace. And over here, so you have to have patience, and you have
yes,
to know the right attorney, because
yes.
like I said, some people can do it on their own and they go through a lot. I have friends that did it, and they said I would never do it again because I went through so much, especially everything happens in the capital. Everything for me to do your fingerprints, it has to be in the capital. For you to go to immigration, to the main immigration office, it has to be in the capital. So if you live in Puerto Plata, if you live in Las Terrenas, if you live in Punta Cana, every time you have to do something with your process, you have to come here. So it actually becomes much more expensive for them than paying an attorney that can do everything. See, everything we can do digital now. So sometimes I don't even have to see you unless you're gonna get your resident card or your papers, you know. But if you are gonna do it on your, if you're gonna do it on your own, you have to do that back and forth all the time, and people get tired in the middle of doing the process, and then they end up getting an attorney anyways. And
Anyway,
it doesn't matter what you did in that process. Even if you're going halfway, I have to charge you like if it is from the beginning of the case, you know. So
yeah,
you
that's
actually waste time.
understandable.
Yeah, you actually waste time, money, and then by the time you're halfway done, you say, I'm sick of this, I'm gonna get an attorney, and then you actually lose the time and your money that you use in that period of time.
Attorney Martinez, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to just give us some really important information about obtaining residency in the Dominican Republic. A lot of these things that you've mentioned apply to any country. You need to contact a reputable attorney. That's the first thing that you want to do, and make sure that you do everything the right way. And like you said, that you wind up, you know, having to spend money to do it all over again at the end. Thank you so much. I hope that you will get many people that are interested in visiting and getting to know and enjoying your beautiful country. Thank you so much, Attorney.
I thank you again for choosing me for this. It is a pleasure always to help other people that want to come into our country. I'm one of the, you know, for everybody that knows me, I'm one of the guys that sell this country with pleasure, you know, with that fire, you know. As a Dominican, I love my country, and that's what I sell. You know, whoever comes here, I sell my country just like it is. It is a beautiful country. It is a beautiful island, beautiful people, beautiful beaches, beautiful rivers, beautiful everything. This is paradise.
Wow, and we're gonna get there soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.